Hello everyone, my name is Doomfish, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a very simple melon and pumpkin farm. As you can see behind me, all it is some pumpkin stems. Oh, one of them just went in, we can see, got picked up, deposited in here. There was 30 in here before, now there's 31, and it all works pretty seamlessly. It's also very compact and tileable as well, so you can stretch this out as far as you wanted to, and you can loop it around as many times as you wanted to, and then another one to screw. And it works very quickly, and there's no unnecessary piston firing, so there is minimal lag in this design, and I will show you what you're going to need to build it. So here's everything you're going to need to build this thing. You'll need a hopper minecart, 2 chests, a comparator, 7 observers, 7 pistons, 2 blocks of redstone, 11 redstone dust, a redstone torch, 3 powered rails, 15 normal rails, 30 blocks, 25 glass blocks, 4 stairs, 7 of either pumpkin or melon seeds, a water bucket, a light block of any kind, 14 dirt, and a hoe. And since we're only planting 7 pumpkin seeds, we have a pretty limited list of materials. You'll have to scale some of this up. So for example, if you're using 10 pumpkin seeds, you multiply 10 by 2 to get your dirt blocks, and then you would use 10 observers and 10 pistons as well, and you would have to use more rails and powered rails. Alright, so our first step here, all we're going to do is head up 3 temporary blocks, place a block of dirt here, break those temporary blocks, and make a 2 by 7 dirt rectangle here. This is our first block. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more out, and then make our rectangle like so. And on one of these long sides, go ahead and till everything and plant your pumpkin seeds down. And then on this side, what we're going to go ahead and do is place our water source down. So this might be a little bit tricky. I would recommend placing some temporary blocks here, placing a stair in like that, and then trying to place some stairs on these blocks like so it curves in, and you can put your water bucket here, break these temporary blocks, and there we go. And finally, just go ahead and put your light block on top of that stair that's waterlogged right there. Next up, what we're going to do is go ahead and place some observers facing down onto these stems. It can be a little hard to place them, but just aim for the center of the block, and when you see your black outline right there, right above the stem, just go ahead and place it. It can be a little tricky. I'd recommend just sitting here and crouching, and then just holding down right mouse, like so. And then what you're going to want to do is go ahead and put a block on top of all of those, and then on the side here of these observers, go ahead and place pistons facing downwards, just like that. Now what we need to do is place down redstone dust on every other piston. So we start with this one, skip one, and just like that, 4 pieces of redstone dust. Then go ahead and place a block on top of each of those, and place a block of glass in between each of these, on these 3 right here. And then on those blocks of glass, put a redstone dust and then one behind it. And then make sure you right-click these redstone dust so they become the dot. And this way, no unnecessary pistons will fire, and only the ones that are corresponding to the pumpkins down here will fire. Now, something that's optional that you can do is either you can cover this up and wait for them to grow, or if you want to accelerate the process, you can use bone meal, and I didn't include that in the supplies because it's technically not necessary. You can wait and have this work just the same, but this is a good way to test if you did your redstone right, because when you grow them, you should see that only the piston in front of these fires, and just like that, everything's grown up. Next up, we need to completely enclose this area in glass, which is not going to be too hard. All we have to do is just place it all the way around, like so, fill in all the corners, just for this block right here, just so that when the pumpkins or melons get broken, they do not leave this area, and we can collect them. Next up, we need to go underneath this machine. So we're just going to head 2 blocks down like that, leave a space up here. This is where our rails are going to go. And we need to make a little platform here. So what we're going to do is place 3 blocks on the left here, redstone block, and 4 blocks to the right, and sort of make this thing the same on the other side. So all the way underneath this, we have the same shape, and we can just put rails down like so. So what we're going to do is place down some normal rails, powered rails on these redstone blocks, and let it just loop around like so. Another powered rail, and it should look something like this. We're going to have to get rid of these 2 rails, but we'll worry about that in just a moment. So now what we need to do is place a stair right here, facing up. We need to get a chest, like so. Make a double chest underneath that stair. and place a hopper on the left block like so. And then all we're going to do is place down more rails like so that our loop sort of forms over here. We'll break the left rail that's on this hopper, and we'll replace it with a powered rail. Then we can just put a solid block behind it like so. And the last step here, we're going to place a solid block to the left of this chest, a comparator coming out of it facing out of the hopper, a block coming out of that comparator, a torch facing this way coming out of the block, a block on top of this, and a block right here, and some redstone dust with the plus shape. So it should look something like this, and you should see that our rail is powered, and we can go ahead and place our minecart with hopper on it like so. And there we go. You should see that your minecart with hopper is looping all the way around, coming underneath all of these items, or all of these plants right here. And as soon as either a melon or a pumpkin spawns in, it will get broken, and it will get collected by this system, which will deposit all of its items into this chest right here. Now, since this is such a small design, you may notice that it will produce pumpkins or melons at a pretty slow rate. If you are using this for some industrial use, like for example, you have a trading hall that uses farmer villagers to get emeralds, and you need more of these items, what I recommend doing is just extending this out, so basically competing the same pattern up here, moving the rails out here, and it's a pretty simple process to do this. Alternatively, you could loop this around so we sort of like have different modules of this size that this minecart with hopper always travels underneath, and you can keep this collection system pretty much the same, because even if you have a large quantity of items, like let's say somehow you build a massive farm and you get a stack of pumpkins, this collection system will still work fine. So we'll just simulate that by putting them in the minecart with hopper. It'll instantly stop down until all of its items get removed here, and then it'll take off again. Alright, we're almost to a stack, and we can see just heads right back off to collect more of those pumpkins, in this case. And we get all of our items in this chest right here. This pickup system will work perfectly, no matter if you have a small amount of pumpkins in your farm or a large amount. And as you can see, one of them just got fired, and even when there's only one, it'll stop, wait for it to get deposited, and go into this chest right here. Well, there you have it, folks. This is a very compact, very easy to construct, minimal lag system where you can AFK farm melons and pumpkins. So I hope you found the video entertaining or informative, and if you did, go ahead and leave a like on it, and you can subscribe for more content just like this in the future, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.